All right, so the issue becomes, is this murder or is this something maybe a little less than murder but a lot more than just an accident? John Hunsucker, I keep going back to those beer cans and the pop top because it's really what stood out for me most about this trial. I don't get the feeling from testimony, and certainly we're not even into the case yet, we're just in openings. I don't get the feeling that this guy went out to, perform the perfect murder. But I do get the feeling that this guy was probably hammered and was trying to cover it up, because the best way to cover it up is to say, I just had a couple of beers because I was calming my nerves and drank them quickly. But leaving that pop top up, I don't know. I'm having a tough time with it.
Well, even if he did pour the beers down the sink, that still doesn't mean he murdered somebody. It doesn't mean that it's an involuntary manslaughter. Simply trying to cover up the fact that you may or may not have been intoxicated. And I would argue that the police officers, if they thought he was intoxicated, once again, they should have done a test on him. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
But if you look at that sink looked awful dry. There's no testimony that there was an odor coming from the sink. And they didn't confiscate either boat. To say there weren't any cups, well, because it wasn't in the picture, we don't know if they took pictures of the other boat, if he threw them out in the water. Who knows what happened to those cups?
It's a good point. You know what? There's a Facebook comment here that is fantastic. It's from Christy, and she says this: Ashley, I heard you talking about this when I was in the kitchen, and I had to run in here to tell you that regarding the pop-tops on the beer cans, I live with a beer drinker. He drinks a lot of beer, and he always drinks his beer with the top standing straight up, just like that. Even sodas. It's crazy, but he does. We always know when he leaves a can around the house because the top stands straight up. So I'm proven wrong. I mean, here I am espousing that it's weird, it's unusual, the probability that you drink 2 beers quickly like that, not so much. But there's Christy to tell me that's exactly how her beer drinking friend or husband or whoever it is she lives with drinks his beers.
Well, the other thing is, you're looking at somebody's habit. And I was thinking about that earlier. If I open a pop top, I just automatically put the top back down, whether I'm pouring into a glass or putting into, pouring it into my mouth. Either way, that's what your habit is. So if that's his habit of leaving it up, then that's what he's going to do.
And I wonder if, is that something as a lawyer, is that something you can, look, I don't know if you can do what I just did as a prosecutor and bring a can into the courtroom and try and actually take a drink like that. I don't know if that's just completely unorthodox or not. Or if you're a defense attorney, somehow get Christie's anecdote before the jury, because every juror might be different and may believe that this is all crap based on the fact that no one could possibly drink a beer like that. Is there a way legally to bring that kind of argument into court?
Not necessarily, unless you can point to some actual study or scientific study. But if you think it's going to be an issue in the case, then you cover it in voir dire, asking questions of the jury what they think about an issue like that, or whether that's important, or what people's habits are, and that's how you cover it.